Let's turn now to the biggest news today, and that is the escalation of the Israeli presence in Gaza. Let's go live to US Analyst for Sky News, Michael Ware. Michael, international pressure on Netanyahu to pull back. He's done and he's doing nothing of the sort.
No, he's doing the exact opposite in defiance of the international diplomatic pressure and against the opposition within Israel itself amongst large chunks of Israeli society. Prime Minister Netanyahu has said that the Israelis are now going to enter the unoccupied areas of Gaza City itself and lure the Palestinians out with promises of food in humanitarian enclaves so that they then have a free fire zone in what's left of the city where they can attack anything that moves. The idea is to divorce the population from the Hamas fighters. Now, most interestingly, is that the strongest pushback, the strongest opposition to this plan has come from the Israeli military itself, the IDF. Now, Prime Minister Netanyahu, just 24 hours or so ago, in an interview with Fox News America, said that his intention was to take over all of Gaza, not just Gaza City. So perhaps this was a compromise and maybe the beginning of an ongoing operation between the Prime Minister and the Israeli Defense Forces, because overnight there was a marathon 10-hour meeting between the Security Cabinet, or what is effectively now a war cabinet, to come up with this plan. And the IDF has made it clear already that in their view, militarily, they have not only met their objectives in Gaza, but they may have already exceeded them. So the Chief of Staff of the IDF was very much against this plan.
Michael, you've spent a lot of time in war zones yourself. This statement where it says that they will occupy Gaza City, then provide humanitarian aid outside of the combat zones. When I read that and you think about the urbanised, impoverished and we know in many parts demolished Gaza Strip, where is the combat zone? Which isn't the combat zone? The way the terrorists hide within the civilian population, how do you delineate from one to the other?
Well, it's virtually impossible. We have found that ourselves, the US, the Australians, other NATO allies in both Afghanistan and Iraq. You know, the notion is that you can catch the fish by draining the ocean, and the fish being the Hamas fighters, and the ocean, the civilian population. It's very hard to do and does not work. And so what the military in Israel has now been commanded to do is to set forth on what will almost certainly be weeks, if not months, of bloody and ugly fighting. And that's a big ask of a military that is already, its personnel are exhausted. They're almost running on empty, especially their reserves, who've been called up time and time and time again over the past 22 months of this conflict. So, you know, the military itself is saying, look, you know, it's hard for us to summon the energy and ability to launch this attack and maintain an occupation, because Prime Minister Netanyahu on Fox News said he wants to occupy the entire Gaza enclave of 2 million people and to remain there until they can hand off to unnamed and I would say unwilling Arab forces who I suspect won't put their hand up. And the Security Cabinet has said not only is this operation designed to destroy Hamas, but it's to demilitarize the entire area, to disarm all Hamas fighters, and to set up a civilian administration with Western backing that right now is not there, that does not include Hamas, its political wing, or any other Palestinian authority, like the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank. So even in its stated objectives, they seem not just far off and ambitious, but perhaps fanciful.
Michael Ware, thank you. Appreciate your thoughts on this developing story.